What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. Okay guys, I have a question for you. If you could only eat one dark chocolate covered thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? And I don't want to hear, I don't like dark chocolate because I like milk chocolate because I don't have good taste. Okay? I'm going to assume that you guys all have sophisticated palates and you enjoy dark chocolate because that is the only chocolate that should exist. Me, personally, I'm really feeling right now dark chocolate covered cranberries. Those are like my jam. I had some people at a party try them and they did not really enjoy them. I think it was only me and Dr. Disrespect who liked them. But we are the epitome of taste, so you know, naturally we're correct. We are here to watch an internet historian video. I know it has been quite some time since I reacted to internet historian. That is because I usually shoot my videos like super late at night, and when it's just that late at night, there's just no way for me to give his video like the appreciation that it deserves. So I finally decided to start shooting early enough to actually like do it right. Before I start the video, I just want to go ahead and take a couple seconds like I've been doing in my videos to just go ahead and voice my support for the LGBTQ community, specifically right now the trans community, and even more specifically the Black trans community, just given the healthcare rollbacks enacted by the current administration and the deaths that have been going on. I just want to really make it clear that you are loved and you are appreciated here on SkittenSays, and I think you are a precious Ho Biscuit and I hold you close to my heart. With all of that said, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started in this video because it's a biggin'. It's about architecture.
This video is made possible by NordVPN. Architecture. Architecture. What's the deal with architecture? Why do they call them buildings when they're no longer in construction? They should be called builts. And why do they always use that blue paper for plans? And why is nobody outside? And why can't I get into this house? And why are they calling the cops? And why won't the voices in my head stop? And who gave me this gun? All this and more on this episode of In the Quarantine. Did you hear about that building? What had all the reflective bits on it, and then it caused some fires?
What the fuck? No.
Okay, here's how I remember the story goes. There was a guy, his name was Frank Gehry, and he was commissioned to make like a new opera house, I think it was. So he goes, you know what? I'm going to make this thing that actually looks like a big piece of shit.
We have a building that looks vaguely like that in Las Vegas. Is this the one in Vegas? I don't think so, but we have one that looks vaguely like that in Las Vegas, so I think it's ugly, but you know, it exists.
Made out of
also, these are the chocolate covered cranberries I was telling you guys about.
glass, stainless steel, or concrete.
Right.
Those are the three ingredients they know how to bake a cake with now.
Right.
So he made this thing, and it looks like a big crumpled up piece of paper.
Okay.
What they didn't realize is they didn't take into account, well, there's this massive ball of plasma in the sky that seems to shine a lot.
The moon.
He said the moon. I'm
How many
dead.
vending machines are on the moon, Smet? Shut up.
Over one per person.
Fucking love vending machines.
And it can reflect, right? Those beams just shoot off in the other direction.
Right.
And sometimes they strike other buildings.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, you'll be in the 20th floor, and all of a sudden you're getting this big bright light in your eye. Oh, God.
Right.
It's Frank Gehry's building. It's coming right through the window, and then sometimes
Homie made a weapon of mass destruction. I'm dead.
it would concentrate a ray like right down on someone's parked car.
Right.
There's some good images where there's like people's parked cars and they've just got like, it looks like a death ray.
Holy shit.
Oh
burnt
my
right over the top.
God.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I thought so.
I hope that's true.
I do too. After the recording, I
hope
looked into
that's
it.
true.
And it was not.
I appreciate your honesty, internet historian. The original Death Ray building was built by Raphael Vanoli. It's the Vidara. I've stayed at the Vidara. Are you kidding me? In Las Vegas. Guests complained of being burnt by the concave glass surface of the hotel, reflecting sunlight into the pool area. I'm fucking dead, bro. Chavez and I stayed there the week before our wedding. I'm fucking dead. It's a Death Ray building. I'm so that's so fucking funny, dude. Guests complained of being burnt by the concave glass surface of the hotel, reflecting sunlight into the pool area. Raphael Vanoli built a second Death Ray tower in London. Who is letting this man do this? Dubbed the walkie-talkie for its distinct shape, the walkie-talkie was fixed by installing shade structures to the outside of the building. Did that make it ugly,
It's
though?
in an Italian city called Pisa.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Torre Pendente de Pisa.
Oh, the tower is situated behind the Pisa Cathedral and is the third oldest structure in the city's cathedral square.
The tower began to lean during construction in the 12th century due to soft ground.
This is a weird one because it's one of those things that you're not actually allowed to fix. So you've got to stop it from falling over. We have the technology to fix it. We could fix the Tower of Pisa. We could lay down a concrete slab underneath it, no problem.
Right.
But you're not allowed to, because that ruins all of its prestige.
Nobody would ever visit.
Exactly, it's no longer the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
I'm going to be the architect who built the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Okay.
I come home to my mother, played by you, and reveal that it didn't go exactly as according to plan.
Okay, I'm ready to see this. I'm ready to watch this.
Mama, I'm back home from building my Tower of Pisa.
Come in. There's dinner on the table.
Oh, fantastic. My favorite, spaghetti and meatballs. Listen, Mama, I know you want to be proud of your son.
It's lasagna.
I know you want to be proud of your son, but I got something to tell you.
Oh yeah, I know it's about the tower, how well it stands. I know how much you like vertical towers and things to go straight up in the air.
Listen, Mama.
Like penises. We shall continue.
It's not all about...
I know you're always talking about how things should go straight up and down, just like your personality, straight up and down.
Mama, listen. Not all towers need to be straight up and down.
What are you talking about, Guillermo? This is
I gotta be my own man, Ma. We can't just keep doing what Dad did. My tower, it's
What's wrong with it?
it's leaning a little bit. It's, you know, something to the tune of maybe 5 degrees.
What, on purpose?
Well, I mean, when we built it, I thought the ground was hard. You know, you put your foot down, you hear the taps. But and listen, they say they're gonna call it the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Mama.
I'm very disappointed in your son.
This is stupid. This is dumb and funny.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking this lasagna and I'm putting it back in the pantry.
But Mama, the tomato sauce is perfect.
Stupid.
I don't know what we're doing anymore. Like, imagine like you and me got into a fight,
right?
And I moved in next door,
okay,
and I knocked down whatever, you know, shed was there prior,
right?
And I tell them, hey, I'm gonna build myself in an apartment.
Yeah.
But I have an architecture do it, and it's just like a big reflective satellite dish.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Just
That's
right
rude.
into your fucking bedroom, just right
roasting
where
him.
the head of your pillow is.
Yeah.
Could they stop me from doing that? Like, it's my property, right? Is it, what am I? Oh, I have to worry about the sun? No, fuck that. I'm just.
I think it has to be up to code, and they might say that that's not like code or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't know how building things works.
Gonna build my house, which is a satellite dish.
Yeah, you probably can't. You'd probably have a difficult time getting permission from the council.
Well, they wouldn't know. They're gonna factor in the reflection of the sun. Fucking Disney didn't.
Put big radioactive stickers all over them.
Right.
Just to make him nervous.
Just one giant bird feeder. They have nothing but just pigeons within 4 miles, just swooping in and out of the fucking yard. Yeah,
like
that's
that.
probably legal.
Oh.
And you could just have like all of your neighbors are just covered in shit.
That's disgusting.
Zaha Hadid.
right. Mother of Bella Hadid. That's not true. That's probably not true.
Maybe he didn't. Something.
A lot of these look. I mean, I think a lot of these are just different angles of the same building.
They're
but her
so
stuff looks pretty good from this initial Google search.
Do you know how difficult it would be to clean some of this stuff?
Yeah, especially since they made it all white.
I know it
Actually,
kind of
how
looks
do you
cool,
maintain
but
that?
at the same time, I kind of hate this stuff. This looks to me, whatever, well, although it does look modern, it looks to me
Melted.
like a Matchbox race car track.
Yeah, it looks like you could
Yes,
slide down the side of
Hot
one of these, yeah.
This is a
support that.
fantastic design.
Somebody put a penguin on a skateboard. Do it. With lots of pillows around him so he doesn't get hurt when he falls.
For, say, a luxury cruise ship.
Yeah.
But as a building, looks like shit. How do I get in the front door? I don't know.
Why
Just
are
keep
you
walking around
roasting
and
it
around
like
and around
this?
and find one gap.
No
I'm
windows,
dead.
by the way? Or like little peeking windows on this one?
Well, this just seems like a bad haircut.
Johnny Bravo.
And look,
Hey,
they've built it on top
really
of this
does look
beautiful
like Johnny
building
Bravo.
down here.
Yeah, this isn't exact.
Yo, they went from like no windows to hella fucking windows, dude.
Exactly what we meant by adding a modern addition to these rather old-looking buildings. People need to come to us for ideas, man. That's what I'm saying.
They do. They do. I'm tired. You know what? I've got another idea as well. Have you ever seen the center of Australia?
I haven't seen
No.
Australia outside of Roadrunner cartoons.
This is outrageous. Livable, 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 livable. Uninhabitable.
Right, you can't live there.
Wasteland. Nothing.
Looks like
Got
Mars.
It basically is, but like way hotter. If you're
Way
stuck here, you'd need to
hotter.
go underground.
Why? Because it's too hot on the surface?
Yeah, you'd end
that's
up with
fucking cool.
regularly
But also
45-degree days.
Quietly translates that to Fahrenheit. Oh, whoa, that's crazy hot.
113.
Yeah, it's a
It's only 113. Come on. Suck it up, bro. It gets there regularly here in Vegas. You'll be fine.
desert. But you look at this, right? And there's an obvious solution to the problem.
Skyscrapers?
You, you
Yes.
start digging a big fuck off channel, and you go like from there to there, and then you just
Okay.
let water flow right through the middle. And the only reason they don't do that, because of all these people who are like, well, there's a desert lizard, and it would be quite disturbed if you dug up some of the sand.
That's probably accurate.
We're all residing in like 4 cities.
Right.
Because they're the only places you can live in this desert continent.
You
But if
gotta protect the lizards,
just
bro.
made a big channel and made this arable land, we could all spread out, and we're the same size as the continental USA. We could be the next USA. We could fit another 100 million people there. Why don't they do it?
Manifest destiny.
The lizards.
What do you reckon?
It's so funny because the way he's talking about like digging this channel is the same way like people here in the US talk about having like a high-speed rail system like all over the United States. Like this would make sense and make things so much better for everybody.
I reckon that would cost? Geological disturbation aside, neither one of those were real words. What do you reckon that would cost? Like a
well-
communal effort?
Okay, you could certainly compare it to the Panama Canal. $375 million. That's cheap.
That's including 10 million paid to Panama and 40 million paid to the French company. So assuming that Australia did this themselves, you could actually knock 50 million off that price.
Australia logistically is a lot easier than Panama, and you don't have to work through, you know, any of the corrupt government systems. We have all of the machinery here. We're
Okay.
a massive mining exporter.
Oh.
So we can just dig these channels, you know.
In my head, I was picturing like a Call of Duty airstrike through the entire thing.
Nukes.
that we would have done in like,
Oh
4
my
days or
God.
something. We definitely wouldn't be able to keep the lizards after that, I guess.
Lizard.
We'll overestimate, right? So
Right.
3,000 divided by 80, which is kilometers for the Panama Canal.
Okay.
37.5 times 375 million equals 14 billion. That is so cheap.
Think
that's
about the
fine.
fucking
And it'll be fine.
internet history.
The USA's student loan crisis is many times that.
In theme park we could fucking put together with all this newly found
Mr.
inhabitable
Historian's
land now.
Wild ride.
It's a slide, and it starts at 80 Mile Beach.
Oh my god.
And it
It
ends
goes
at the hospital.
all the way.
Why don't they do
Your
it?
skin
The
came
lizards.
off.
When are they going to give this thing
Yeah,
windows?
little towel.
That's what I want to know.
What's it running currently? I gotta stop making that joke.
So we'd give it some windows, We could also add...
Why?
An octagon at the base for
Why are
UFC
you
fights.
doing this?
It's already a giant cage.
No!
The only rules are there are no rules. If you
Oh
added some
my
curtains,
god.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my
and then
god.
it's like, right, 6 p.m., close the drapes.
Right.
And then you know that the Eiffel Tower is shut.
Yeah.
Everyone inside can get some sleep. Next one, Frank Gehry.
This guy.
Again?
Gehry.
This is the one everybody would know.
This is the
Frank
one
Gehry again?
This is in check, I've seen it.
Yeah?
Yeah, his
Yeah,
melted
it's-
thing.
I mean, it's kind of neat.
I mean, his whole thing is just sort of like Wonka-esque buildings, right? If you plan this in advance, is it particularly tough to take a normal looking
Okay, I'm pretty sure
building and just sort of give it
this
italics?
might be the one in Vegas.
I mean, I guess that one's kind of cool. It's cool for
Maybe
the
that's the
novelty,
one
I
in
guess.
Vegas.
I mean, if you stuck all these in the
One of these is the one in Vegas. I think it's this one.
same city, it would just kind of feel like an amusement
I'm pretty
park.
sure.
Hold on, we can design one of these.
Oh my
I
god.
reckon you could do a
Why
lot
are you
just
guys
by
like
sharpening all the
this?
curves.
Yes,
Okay, so if
okay.
we took this and then
Yep.
maybe curved,
Yep.
Right?
get rid of the black, and then another one.
Right?
And
Yeah.
we have right here the new Frank Gehry building.
Perfect.
I mean, that's pretty spot on.
Is there anything you want to add to it?
Well, it's got to have a 5G antenna.
Of course,
I mean,
of course.
it's not
support
modern
this.
without that, you know?
900 million.
That's a bargain if you think about it.
Mm.
Considering that it took
900
4
million.
cars to make. I think you should go to architecture school. We could use you here in the States. All of our buildings.
Okay, seriously, these all look like essentially the same building. Like, this is crazy. It's like he just copy and pasted his ideas. It's like that whole meme about like when they're like, oh, like, can I copy your homework? And they're like, yeah, but just don't make it look like you copied. This nigga is not worried about plagiarism at all.
Fact
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go.
is when bring up the topic of the Colosseum.
Right.
And someone goes ahead and say, you know, they used to close up the whole Colosseum and then flood it and then have small ship battles in there.
Right.
That's fucking
Yeah, I know.
cool.
Everybody knows.
Right.
Shut up. I knew this girl, and she was a friend of a friend. We got into this sort of discussion, and we got sort of very different views on the world, right? She was saying, oh, she just came back from this trip to Europe. I went to the Colosseum,
Oh, she's so cosmopolitan. She traveled to Europe.
and it was just the most beautiful thing in the world and all this stuff. And I said, she doesn't really understand irony.
Right.
And so I just went, dude, Colosseum's shit. Like how many people can you even get in there? Maybe 5,000? Have you seen like a regular stadium in Atlanta? You can get 40,000
sure she
people
was
in there and
so
it's got a
upset.
jumbotron.
Easily.
And she's like, no. Well, the point is like how old it is, and so it's like the more that she's earnest about it, the more I have to keep piling on.
Of
Would you
course you
rather
do,
go to
naturally.
the Colosseum to watch the latest Mets game, or would you rather stand around? They had hot dogs.
I feel like you'd never have an option
I
other than the
like
double
this.
down in that situation. It's like, well, I'm not just gonna go, oh, I'm joking. Like, you're gonna get this eventually, or we're both gonna die. Like, that's...
She's still convinced that that's my viewpoint.
Yeah, she just thinks that you're an asshole now, which we know you're not, mostly. But she's just like, oh my god. She tells her friends about you, sir. She's like, oh my god, so one time I talked to this guy and get this. He doesn't think that the Colosseum's impressive. I know, right? It's like he doesn't understand culture or history or anything. Wild. Men are such, like, ignoramuses. Sis.
Le Corbusier.
Le
Okay, so what did he do?
Corbusier.
This dude looks like he does homes again.
Oh,
Wait, what do you think of that one with the
More
colors
weird
on the front of it?
houses.
this one. I think that is hideous. Look at the beautiful building in the background.
Yeah.
And then look at this public toilet.
Okay, so what do
I
you
think a
like,
splash of color
sir?
on something that's otherwise just like
I like
stealing glass
colors.
is kind
Colors
of
is
Yeah.
nice.
not fancy. Unique, I guess is the word.
I can appreciate the color, but it looks like they've branded it with like a Tommy Hilfiger logo.
Yeah.
Ah!
And then
It really
the
does
flag
look like
to some
that.
obscure country no one wants to visit. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, honestly, this looks like a busway.
Yeah.
This looks like where you stand waiting for a bus.
I've
It
built this in
really
Minecraft
does.
before.
Oh, this is
100%
pretty,
I've built this in
though.
Minecraft before. This
Wait,
exact.
that
These are
one's
supposed to be the best
pretty.
examples of his work.
I mean, architects only get so good, right? Like, what's the
I
fanciest
like
looking
this
building you can think
one.
of?
Parliament.
If you want to get into architecture, I definitely think that you should watch, what's it called? It's some show. It's called like The World's Most Extraordinary Homes or whatever. It's this British show. It's on Netflix. It's very relaxing, like super easy to go to sleep to. But also there's some very pretty / interesting homes on there.
Parliament House is pretty good.
Parliament House. I've definitely also done this in Minecraft. I like the clock towers on the edge of it.
I think the Parliament House in London is so ugly.
Yeah?
Like, I understand it's historical or
Parliament
whatever.
House looks way better than Buckingham Palace.
I mean, say you become like super royalty of Australia.
Buckingham Palace definitely looks better if Buckingham Palace is the one on the bottom and not the top.
Yeah, you become the Queen of Australia. Yeah.
Would you go with something like this?
I know what to do. Here's my palace.
Okay. I'm excited.
Okay.
You
I'm
take
ready.
this, right? I think that's pretty good. And then, of course,
my
5G.
God.
Nice.
Well,
Naturally.
Give it the Frank Gehry treatment.
Okay,
Just give it
I
a
support
slight,
that.
just a little
give it
something.
a little swoop.
Frank Gehry.
Nice.
Yes!
Legit though. Legitimately, that looks like a Frank Gehry. But
I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will make sure to post the link to the original video down in the description below. Let me know what some of your favorite buildings are to look at or make fun of or, you know, think about, I guess, if you don't like looking at them or making fun of them. Also, make sure if you guys have any reaction suggestions or requests that you put them down in the comments below. And other than that, peace out, hope biscuits, it's getting lit.